Welcome to Let's Learn English Through Story. I'm Harry, your host for today's adventure. Have you ever had a day when you just didn't want to do anything? When your bed felt too comfortable and your goals felt too far away? Well, get ready, everyone, because this story will take you on an exciting journey about how to stay disciplined when you're unmotivated. Today, we're going to follow Sarah, a young woman who discovers amazing secrets about discipline and motivation. After the story, we will review some useful vocabulary that will help you in your daily life. But first, let me hand over to my friend Tom, who will tell you this incredible story about finding strength when you feel weak. Tom, take it away.
Thank you, Harry. Hello, everyone. I'm Tom, and I'm so excited to share this story with you today. This is a story about Sarah Miller, a 28-year-old teacher from Chicago. Sarah's story shows us that discipline isn't about being perfect. It's about being smart and finding ways to keep going even when we don't feel like it. Chapter 1, The Morning That Changed Everything. It was Monday morning, October 15th. Sarah's alarm clock rang at 6:00 a.m., just like every day. But today was different. Sarah felt tired, very tired. She had been working hard for 3 months to learn Spanish, exercise every morning, and write her first book. Not today, she whispered to herself. I don't want to do anything today. Sarah turned off her alarm and pulled her blanket over her head. She felt unmotivated, like many people do sometimes. But then something interesting happened. Sarah remembered what her grandmother always said. Motivation gets you started, but discipline keeps you going. Sarah didn't feel motivated at all, but she decided to try something different. She made a deal with herself. I will do just 5 minutes of Spanish. Only 5 minutes. This is important because small actions can create big changes. Sarah didn't know it yet, but this moment would teach her the most powerful lesson about discipline. Sometimes we think discipline means doing everything perfectly, but real discipline means doing something, even when that something is very small. Chapter 2, The 5-Minute Rule. Sarah sat up in bed and opened her Spanish app. Just 5 minutes, she told herself again. She studied 10 new words. Then something amazing happened. After 5 minutes, she didn't want to stop. She studied for 20 more minutes. Why did this happen? Scientists call this the momentum effect. When we start doing something, it becomes easier to continue. It's like pushing a heavy door. The first push is the hardest, but after that, the door moves more easily. Sarah felt proud. She had tricked her unmotivated mind, but the day wasn't over. At 7:00 a.m., she needed to exercise. Again, she felt tired and unmotivated. I don't want to run today, she thought. Then Sarah remembered her success with Spanish. She made another deal with herself. I will put on my running shoes. That's all. This might sound silly, but it's actually very smart. Sometimes the hardest part of doing something is just starting. Sarah put on her running shoes. Then she thought, well, I'm already dressed for running. Maybe I can walk to the corner. She walked to the corner. Then she thought, I feel okay. Maybe I can run for 2 minutes. She ran for 30 minutes. Chapter 3, The Science Behind Small Steps. That evening, Sarah felt curious about what happened to her. She searched the internet and found interesting information about the brain and discipline. She learned that our brains have two parts that fight each other sometimes. The first part is called the prefrontal cortex. This part helps us make good decisions and stay disciplined. The second part is the limbic system. This part wants comfort and pleasure right now. When we feel unmotivated, the limbic system is usually winning the fight. But Sarah discovered something powerful. Small actions help the prefrontal cortex win. When we do tiny things, we don't scare the limbic system. It's like sneaking past a sleeping guard dog. The dog doesn't wake up because we're being very quiet. Sarah also learned about dopamine. Dopamine is a chemical in our brain that makes us feel good when we finish something. Even small tasks give us dopamine. So, when Sarah studied Spanish for 5 minutes, her brain gave her a small reward. This reward made her want to continue. This discovery changed everything for Sarah. She realized that discipline isn't about being strong all the time. It's about being clever and working with your brain, not against it. Chapter 4, Building the Habit Stack. The next day, Sarah decided to experiment more. She created what experts call a habit stack. This means connecting new habits to things you already do automatically. Sarah already brushed her teeth every morning without thinking about it. So she decided, after I brush my teeth, I will do 5 minutes of Spanish. She also decided, after I put on my running shoes, I will walk outside. And after I eat dinner, I will write one sentence for my book. This method works because our brains love routines. When we connect new habits to old habits, the brain doesn't have to work so hard to remember. It's like adding a new car to a train. The engine pulls the new car, new habit, without extra effort. On Tuesday morning, Sarah brushed her teeth. Then, almost automatically, she opened her Spanish app. She didn't need motivation because it felt natural, like part of her morning routine. But something unexpected happened on Wednesday. Sarah woke up feeling sick. She had a headache and a sore throat. Today, I definitely can't exercise or study, she thought. This was Sarah's biggest test. Many people give up when they get sick or have a bad day, but Sarah had learned something important. Discipline isn't about doing the same thing every day. It's about doing something every day. Chapter 5, The Flexible Discipline Approach. Instead of running, Sarah did 5 minutes of gentle stretching in her bedroom. Instead of studying 20 Spanish words, she studied just 3. Instead of writing a paragraph for her book, she wrote one sentence. Sarah's friend Emma called that day. "Why are you still studying when you're sick?" Emma asked. "You should rest completely." Sarah explained her new understanding. "I'm not studying because I have to. I'm studying to keep my habit alive. It's like keeping a fire burning. If I let the fire go out completely, it's very hard to start again. But if I keep even a tiny flame, I can make it bigger when I feel better." This is called maintenance mode. When life gets difficult, we don't stop completely. We do the minimum amount to maintain our habits. Athletes do this too. When they're injured, they don't stop moving completely. They do gentle exercises to stay connected to their training routine. Emma was surprised. "That's actually very smart," she said. "I always thought discipline meant doing everything perfectly or not at all." Sarah smiled. "I used to think that too. But perfect discipline is impossible. Flexible discipline is sustainable." Chapter 6, The Environment Design Strategy. By the second week, Sarah learned another important lesson. Your environment is stronger than your willpower. She noticed that when her Spanish app was hidden on her phone, she forgot to use it. When her running shoes were in the closet, she found excuses not to exercise. So Sarah changed her environment. She put her Spanish flashcards next to her coffee machine. Every morning, while waiting for coffee to brew, she naturally looked at the cards. She put her running shoes next to her bed. When she woke up, the shoes were the first thing she saw. Sarah also removed temptations from her environment. She put her TV remote in a drawer, so watching TV required extra effort. She deleted social media apps from her phone, so checking Facebook wasn't automatic anymore. Her colleague Mark noticed these changes. Sarah, you seem different lately, more focused and energetic. What changed? Sarah explained, I learned that I don't need to fight against my lazy feelings every day. Instead, I design my life so that good choices are easy and bad choices are harder. It's like creating a river that flows toward my goals. Mark was interested. Can you give me an example? Sure, Sarah said. I want to read more books, but I always ended up watching TV instead. So I put books on my coffee table and moved my TV remote to another room. Now reading is easier than watching TV. My environment helps me make good choices.
Wow, what an incredible journey Sarah went through. Tom, thank you for sharing that amazing story with us. You know, Sarah's story teaches us something very important about discipline and motivation. Many people think they need to feel motivated before they can take action, but Sarah discovered the opposite is true. Action creates motivation, not the other way around. The most powerful lesson from Sarah's story is this: start small, be consistent, and focus on systems rather than goals. Remember, you don't need to be perfect, you just need to begin. If you're feeling unmotivated right now, that's completely normal. Everyone feels unmotivated sometimes. The secret is to do something small anyway. Just like Sarah, you can start with 5 minutes of exercise, 5 minutes of study, 5 minutes of writing. Small actions lead to big changes. Thanks for sticking around to the end of the story. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so you never miss a new story. Have a wonderful day. Take care and see you next time.